Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Galactopod, where we talk about a galaxy worth of different topics. My name is Nico.
My name is Logan.
And today we are reviewing Wonder Man, the Disney Plus, or the MCU's latest release, I guess.
Yes, directed by Destin Daniel Cretton.
I think he only did 2 episodes, though. Because I thought he did the whole thing, and then I saw something that said he directed the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, but the whole thing was ran through him.
Yeah, I think so. But
which is actually his second project, and he's going to be doing Brand New Day.
Yeah.
In the summer.
I mean, technically, this is his second project in terms of, chronologically. Because he did this before. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay. But,
he was originally supposed to do Kang Dynasty?
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was supposed to be the Kang Dynasty director before they scrapped it.
I think he would have done a good job.
I don't think Kang Dynasty would have been good.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's true. I think Kang Dynasty could have been good, but they just having Jonathan Majors and, they just didn't... They got dealt a bad end of the stick. But, yeah, I don't know why they decided. Even before the Jonathan Majors stuff, why did they decide to have him killed by Ant-Man? That was so bad. Anyways, we're going to get into the Wonder Man review. We both watched all 8 episodes, which released all at the same time.
Tuesday night, yeah.
Tuesday night, yes. We're recording this on Friday. And, yeah, you want to get into it? Do you want to start with pros or cons?
We got to do the ratings.
Oh, ratings, right, okay.
You said you think we'll have similar. So
yeah, okay, I did say I think we'll have similar ratings. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Our ratings for Wonder Man Season 1 in 3, 2, 1, 8.5.
Yeah, there we go.
Come on.
There we go.
I was this close to giving it a 9. Some of the cons on here stopped me from giving it a 9. I was this close to giving it a 9.
There's one thing that kept me from giving it a 9.
Because I gave Fallout Season 1 an 8.5, and I was like...
I think this was...
Is this better? I think this is a better 8.5 than Fallout Season 1.
Yeah.
That was my thinking. Because I was like, I don't know if this is a 9, but it's a better...
There was one thing that kept me from giving it a 9, and I'll tell you.
There was a few things, but okay. Do you want to start with cons or pros?
I have less cons, so we could start there.
Okay, yeah, we could start with cons. Explain why we didn't give it a 9.
Okay, here's my main one, right?
Okay.
Episode 4. The Doorman episode.
Oh, I had some thoughts about Doorman. Okay, just to say, people actually really like this one.
No, okay, here's my thing. The episode itself wasn't bad. My thing is, that entire episode was so pointless. That could have been...
Thank you. It did not have to be that long.
It could have been 3 episodes. It could have been 3 lines of exposition. Done. You could have had one of the DODC guys, talk about, oh, we don't want what happened with the Doorman.
Yes, bro. That was just so... Can I... Okay, I'm gonna read what I have.
I get it was supposed to be a change of pace type thing.
Yeah.
They had Olaf from Frozen. That was that guy.
They did.
And it was funny. I actually liked it. I think his powers were cool. The doors thing. I thought it was decently cool. It's just that entire episode was so unnecessary.
Yes, thank you. Let me read what I have written down for this. Okay. I didn't think it was a bad episode. I did not think it was a bad thing to do. My thing was, it did not have to be an entire episode.
No, it did not.
It was definitely needed for the show to explain why Simon, thinks the way he thinks about his powers. But they easily could have made that into, a 10-minute, quick thing.
Yeah. I have another
instead of, an entire episode.
Why was the entire episode black and white?
I don't really mind that. I thought it was cool because it was more visually, it represented that it was, a flashback thing. So I think it worked.
Yeah, it worked. But at the same time, it's dude... It's not that was a 1950s clip. I'm pretty sure that was taken a year. Or no, we saw Simon. That was taken maybe a year before the main story.
Yeah, I don't know. But this is the thing. This is my other main critique for the episode is that I felt like it wasn't placed well within the season.
Yeah, it should have been either earlier or later.
It was the event. I forget the events that I'm referencing here, but in episode 3, I remember there was some big shit that went on.
Oh, that was at the mom's birthday, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Episode 3 was a big thing, and you're like, what happens next? What happens next? And then you do this. And you're like, okay, this is just an explanation because they reference it in episode 3. You're like, okay, this is just an explanation. We might get 20 minutes of this, and then we'll get to see, why this matters later on in the episode. But it never happened. Yeah. It just drags on for the whole thing. And it was a risk because it's it was right after the whole thing of Simon's mom's house and Trevor destroying the chip and the wire that he was wearing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it was just a risk, and I don't think it paid off, in my opinion.
I think it was a push. It was a net neutral. I don't think it was I don't think it was necessarily bad. I don't think it did anything for your season that you couldn't have done in a much quicker, simpler way. That way you could have focused more on Actually, you do your next con because I have something I want to say.
Yeah, but I'll add on to the last thing I want to say is that they already had really short runtimes for these episodes, which I think is why they released them all.
I think there was only one episode that was over 35 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's why they released them all 8 at once. But with that short of runtime, I don't think you should be but spending an entire episode on that.
On the doorman.
Yeah. But I'll give my next one. We just did a big one.
I will say his costume was cool though. Like the beanie kind of with the white.
What, the doorman's one?
Yeah, with the white diamonds.
Yeah, it was cool. It was okay. But I'll give my next one, which is kind of a small one because we just did like a pretty big one. That I think a lot of people aren't gonna, because that's when I told you that I have a take about it that I don't think a lot of people would agree with. It was the doorman, because some people are in love with that episode, bro. Some people are like, oh my god, it was so needed for this show. Like this show did amazing with that. I'm like, really?
It's a character where he's never been referenced anywhere else outside of this show.
I don't think that matters though. I don't think that matters.
No, but I'm saying, like, I don't think that specifically matters, but it's a character practically no one's heard of. It's like it literally was an exposition.
I mean, to be fair, when did you hear about Wonder Man before the show?
I've seen one singular comic of him before that.
Yeah, I guess.
And I don't even think I saw it. I just saw the comic cover. That's all I saw.
Yeah, I don't know. But I'll give my next one, which is kind of small, but like it does matter. And like, I'm gonna just say it. I've never seen a breakup in a show that involves the main character with less impact.
Yeah.
Which is crazy considering she knows his secret about having powers.
Yeah, the second
she has 2 scenes, which is the breakup scene, and then when they meet up again, and she's like, I know your powers, by the way. And then he's like, oh my god, she knows. And then just doesn't think about it ever again.
Yeah. The second scene was much better than the breakup scene, and even then, it was still kind of an...
It was still just... It was forgettable, because even though it was supposed to be a big reveal, there's no, like, consequence or payoff to that in any way. Like, they just... It happens, and it's like, oh, okay, we move on.
Yeah, bro, we never even, like, that girl was never shown outside of that. What was her name? It was...
Dude, I think it was Villian.
Vivian, that's what it was.
Vivian. Yeah.
I knew it started with V. Like, we never saw her outside of those 2 scenes.
Yeah.
Literally, it's like, do we care?
I didn't care, bro, because Simon didn't give a fuck. Why would we care when Simon doesn't care?
Literally, like,
I think he references it one time after they break up, but bro, you would not think that man just went through a breakup.
Yeah, dude.
Most of his like angst that we get throughout the show is not because of the breakup. It's because he's like, shit, are they gonna find out my secret? Shit, am I gonna get the role? Am I gonna impress the director? It's nothing to do with his breakup. He does not give a fuck about her, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Is that a stray dog? Oh, never mind. Someone's walking their dog.
Okay, Okay, this one's also kind of a small one, and it's like I don't dislike it that much, but for a superhero show, we literally barely saw his powers. He used them twice in the first 4 episodes.
I don't mind not.
I don't mind it because it's an introduction to the character, but it was like.
Well, okay, you say it's an introduction to the character, but I'm gonna ask you this: do you think we're gonna see this character again?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm kind of worried that we won't.
I'm saying no. There's no way with how much that they like him. There's no way they don't write him in.
Yep. Okay.
If they don't write him into Secret Wars, which I think I heard. I heard a rumor where they might be doing that.
I heard a rumor that he'd be in Doomsday, not Secret Wars.
Yeah, I saw that as well because of the comic where there's like some of the stuff that happened in the comic where Doctor Doom uses the Molecule Man. They're like, oh, we'll use him instead of the Molecule. He's like this universe, the MCU's Molecule Man. Like,
I don't know.
But yeah, I think he will be post. What's it called? Post Secret Wars. I think he'll be in at least one other project because with how good he did in this show and how well this show has been reviewed, there's no way Marvel look at that and say, yeah, fuck that guy.
Well, okay, I'm not saying because of that. I'm saying it more because, like, I'll get into this later because it's one of my cons as well. They didn't do any marketing for this show, so I think they were kind of just hoping for it to just be kind of like a one-off thing.
Yeah, but I think it was literally a test piece.
Like a test, you think?
Yeah, like, and we'll throw it out, and it's like, if it did bad,
yeah, okay,
if it did bad, we never mentioned it. If it did good,
we're bringing it back. Yeah, okay, that's fair. Yeah, because I definitely left it open in that.
Yeah.
But okay, like, you finished your con? Was that what you were gonna say?
Yeah, that was mine.
Okay.
I have one more after this.
Oh, you only have one more left? Okay, I'm gonna give another one that's like, this is a bit of a nitpick, I'll be honest. But, like, part of why this show is so good is because it's, in a way, it is, like, kind of like a love letter to actors.
Yeah, it was...
Like, that's part of it. But at the same time, I will say, there are times where it feels like the show can go a bit too far with the whole, like, an actor playing an actor theme. Mm-hmm. And, like, it could feel, like, a bit self-serving at times because of it. Like, okay, a lot of the quotes that you would see Trevor and Simon say to each other...
when they were quoting...
Like, I feel like, even though those scenes were good, it got to a point where it was, like... to a certain extent, it was like, dude, they're just like this is like the scriptwriters having a little too much fun, in my opinion.
No, because that was supposed to show that they're they're different from like the other.
No, I get that. Of course, I get that. I'm just saying that, like, even outside of just that, like, I'm kind of blanking on an example, so I'm kind of sounding dumb. But like, there are times where it does feel like at the beginning of it.
I guess
even though it is a nitpick, I'll say it's a nitpick. I'll definitely say it is a nitpick. Like, this didn't drop any points for me, but there were times where I'm like, okay, dude, no one knows what you're talking about.
No, that was it's gonna serve the people who know, and for the people who don't, it's kind of fair.
And like, for someone who is an actor and who's into theater and who's like a super big movie buff, they're gonna enjoy all of that stuff. I'm not, right? Like, I just like the shit that we review. I don't like tend to watch a lot of stuff outside of this, so it just didn't really sit well with me. But like, it is a nitpick.
Yeah.
What's your next one?
Okay, so this one is the main DODC guy.
Cleary is his name, right?
Cleary, I'm like 90% sure.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
He's been in a lot of stuff, but this was by far his biggest role.
I think so, yeah.
I did not care about him. Like, I feel like there was nothing.
I don't think you're meant to care about him, though, to be fair.
No, but like, that's what I'm saying. Like, as the main antagonist, like, you could say it was a man versus self kind of like main antagonist.
It definitely was, yeah.
It definitely was. But as the main like external antagonist, we were shown nothing to even disliking him. We were shown nothing to even dislike him. Like, I get he was like written as a bit of a prick, but like, it's like
I'll say
he
this,
didn't
like,
even do enough for me to be like, oh wow, I hate this guy.
Because on top of that, because they didn't do enough to make us dislike him, but they didn't do enough to make us like him.
Yeah.
Because all they gave us for like his character was that his motivation was that
he wants to go up the ranks.
It's not even that he wants to. It's that he wants to keep his job.
Oh,
because
yeah.
they were doing like layoffs and stuff, because they had to like cut budget, because they weren't filling up the prison. And so his job was like, okay, I need to fucking put someone in that prison. That was the whole point. Is like he targeted Simon because he's like, even though he hasn't done anything wrong, like his powers can make him dangerous. We need to put him in the fucking prison so I could like look good and keep my job. But that wasn't enough to make me like him. But also because of that, it wasn't enough to make me dislike him. Because even when it seemed like he was acting like a prick, I'm like, he's just trying to keep his job, and he's not even doing all that, to be honest.
That's what I'm saying. Like, instead of the doorman episode, we could have got an episode focused on him and his higher ups or something like that. Like, there could have been more done with him. Like, the man versus self theme was very good.
It was very
Simon.
good. Yes.
But at the same time, in a superhero show, you do need some sort of at least semi-strong external antagonist. We did not get that, bro. Like,
Yeah,
he was there. He did okay, but we knew nothing about like, is he smart? Is he this? Is he that? Like,
I think he just seems average.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, as a main external antagonist, and your dude is just like, oh, he's just a guy.
Yeah, he's just a guy.
It's not even like he needs powers, but there should be something.
I didn't really think too much about him, to be honest. But like, now that you say that, like, yeah, he was kind of underwhelming. But then again, I think they just didn't want to do too much with this character, because I feel like the DODC is going to be a big part of Brand New Day, and it's probably going to be a big part of like post Secret Wars.
Do you think Cleary will be in DOD or in Brand New Day?
I think so. He was in
Miss Marvel.
No, not Miss Marvel. He was in No Way Home.
When
Peter got arrested.
Oh yeah.
He was in No Way Home when Peter got arrested, and there's already been plenty of leaks or whatever you want to call them for him to be in Brand New Day.
He was also in Miss Marvel though.
He was in Miss Marvel, yeah.
Oh yeah,
very
you can
briefly.
do yours.
I'll get my next one. This is actually like a pretty decently big one. They kind of did get on my nerves. Episode 7 is centered around... Don't fucking start. Episode 7 is centered around Kathy Friedman, right? The reporter from the New York Times.
Yes.
I thought it felt very out of place. And I'll say this, let me explain why. For most of the episode, it felt out of place. And the only good scenes to really come out of that was like Simon and Villian. Obviously, like him,
and obviously the last like 5 minutes.
And Trevor telling Simon about damage control and like him being a spy for them, whatever.
It felt like they just
which was a good scene, but like everything else in the episode just felt underwhelming and unneeded. Because here's the thing. They do nothing with that afterwards. Like in the episode 8 in the finale, we never learned what she ended up writing. We never really learned what a lot of the characters she interviewed about Simon really said about him. We don't learn anything about that stuff.
Well, she only interviewed 2.
No, she interviewed the girlfriend, his mom,
and his brother.
And we only know what his mom said. His mom said
and his brother said.
No, okay, you're not gonna trust Kathy Freeman when she says, "Oh yeah, your brother only said good things." She's not gonna say he said terrible things.
Yeah.
So like. At least when I was watching that, I was like, bro, her word means nothing.
Yeah.
Her word means nothing. And we never really learned.
And Villian said she never said anything about the powers.
Yeah, Villian said she never said anything about the powers. That doesn't mean she didn't say some other shit, because we never saw what she even, like, we never even got a mention of Kathy Friedman after that episode. And so it made the whole episode kind of feel redundant, and it felt like they just needed a way to make Trevor be exposed to Simon.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just didn't really like it.
I had some things I want to talk about the ending later, but it was definitely like kind of like just a way to set up the ending.
Yeah, and like, but it just didn't work for me. That's what I'll say. But you don't have any more left, right?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna go into my next one, which is about the finale. And I'm gonna be honest. To me personally, it did feel like flat and like underwhelming. I'm gonna be honest. And it's mostly because, number one, we never got to see how he learned to control his powers so well. Because episode 7 and before, he is barely in control of his powers. He doesn't really know how to use them properly because he has avoided using them his whole life. We get to episode 8. Obviously, there's a clear time jump.
They left that. I'm like 90% sure they left that open though, because you saw the rumors that they want to like, because they don't know how to write in how he got his powers. So I think they're trying to make him a mutant.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna write something in. Like,
yeah, but we never got to see how he got to learn to use them though.
No, but
like he went from barely being able to use them at all to all of a sudden he knows exactly how to use them to disable the cameras, get Trevor out of the thing, fly in the air. Like, that's a big jump, dude.
Yeah, I have a feeling they left it that open ended so that they can write in some like mutant stuff for after Secret Wars.
I don't know. But yeah, I didn't like that. Obviously, we never got to see what Kathy wrote about Simon and Trevor, and like the established tension that we got between Simon and his brother Eric. Of like Eric being like, this isn't a fucking real job, all this shit. When Eric said that to him, Simon told him, yo, I'm in a Vaughn Kovac movie. Like, I got this big ass role. It's the lead role. And even then, Eric maintained that's still not a real job.
No, because he said, like, I have an interview, because he didn't have the role at that point.
Yeah, but even then, like, he made one movie, and now all of a sudden Aaron's like, God, Dad would be so proud of you. You're da-da-da. I'm like, that's switching up kind of fast.
No, that was actually one of the things I liked. I'll talk about that later.
I don't know. I just didn't like that, like, the established tension that they had before just completely disappears.
I agree with you on the powers thing, but
I would have wanted like an actual conversation where he's like, I was wrong about you, instead of just being like, oh yeah, that's so cool.
Well, no, because that was the exposition that they gave when what was her name, the reporter, talked to him. She's like, oh yeah, what'd she say? It was like, yeah, no one had, he said how no one had faith in you, not even him. Or like you had a lot of doubters and even he doubted you. Something like that.
I guess, yeah, I don't know. I just don't really like it. But I'm going to go on to my next one. I thought this show had probably an extremely good start. Probably the best start an MCU show's ever had, in my opinion. And it's probably one of the best shows, if not the best show in the MCU.
I'm gonna be honest, I liked it more than I watched Loki.
I liked it more than Loki and WandaVision, which I feel like are the only two other top ones. Yeah. I'm going to say that episodes 1 through 3...
You don't forget the Kate Bishop show?
No. Episodes 1 through 3 were genuinely some of the best writing we've seen from Marvel post-Endgame.
Yes, for sure.
For sure. It's not close in my opinion. And I feel like the issue is that the second half kind of pales in comparison to the first half. Like, I feel like everything post-Doorman doesn't match up to episodes 1 through 3, but part of it is also just because episodes 1 through 3 were just amazing.
No, episode 1 through 3 were amazing, but they were definitely, like, I think it wasn't as consistent, but it was definitely, like, up there with the second half.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it just didn't really match up, in my opinion. And, like, I don't know, like, the Kathy Friedman episode was underwhelming. They obviously just needed to wait to, like, lead into Simon finding out about Trevor. And we never really got to see Simon suffer any real consequences from the outbursts he goes through during the show. So, like, him having that incident at his mom's house.
Yeah, that one was weird to me.
Him facing no consequences for that, right? The set explosion.
Well, yeah, because obviously his mom would hide it, but, like, well, the set explosion was because the Mandarin bombed the set.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like, dude, like there's other parts where it's like, even when he got caught from the kid filming on the GoPro, right? Like, there was no real threat that he was ever going to get exposed. It's like, he never once gets, like, any sort of, like, after an outburst where he fails to control his powers, never once does he get any sort of real consequence for it. The only consequence he really got for it was Villian breaking up with him, which he didn't even care about anyways.
But that wasn't because of his powers.
Well, it's kind of implied because when they break up, she's like, "Oh, you never really let me in," and when they meet up again, she's like, "I was waiting for you to tell me, but you never told me." That wasn't because of
an outburst of his powers, though.
I mean, I guess you could say it's not because of an outburst, but it's because of him not being able to control his powers. Because if like that implies that at some point or another, even if it was in a small way, he couldn't control his powers around her, because that's how she figured it out.
Yeah, but it was probably more of like the smaller ones instead of the big outbursts.
Yeah, I guess. Or like even when he destroys his apartment, he got that big ass thing in the wall. No, like a landlord would kill you for that.
Maybe.
Like, I don't know. It just kind of seemed annoying to me. I didn't really like that. But I only have one more left. You don't have any more left, right?
Nah.
Okay. I'll say this. This isn't really a negative about the show specifically, but Marvel themselves failed this project so badly, bro.
Yeah, with no marketing whatsoever.
It deserves.
That's why I said I think it was a test tube, bro.
Yeah, I think it was. And unfortunately, I think you're right. But if you're gonna make a test, they should have saved that for Vision Quest.
Yeah, but Vision's a more known character. That's why they didn't do it. I mean,
I guess, but
it's Vision Quest has already had more marketing, and I think that show's gonna flop.
Dude, the Echo show had more marketing than this. Are we serious? And it's okay, this deserves so much attention, but it won't get nearly as much as it should because they did zero marketing for it. And it's a shame because this is so much better than 90% of the slop they put out on Disney+. The only shows that could even somewhat in a way compete with this is Loki and WandaVision. Mm-hmm. Hawkeye doesn't, Echo doesn't, Born Again doesn't, Ironheart doesn't.
Yeah, bro.
None of these others, maybe Marvel Zombies, but that's not even live action. And so it's
yeah, Marvel What If doesn't.
Yeah, and so I'm I don't know why they didn't put any actual effort into this. And it would also be such a shame if we never got to see these characters again, because it kind of feels like it was intended to be a one-off or a testing, like you said. They kind of it feels like they're fully ready to just never have us see Trevor, Simon, any of these characters again.
Yeah.
And I just don't like that because dude,
no, we'll definitely see. We'll definitely see.
The actor for Simon is one of the most talented actors we have in the MCU.
Oh, by far.
And it'd be a shame to just use him just for this and then never bring him back.
No, I think they definitely set it up for Simon to be brought back. That's why they left it. That's why they pulled the fucking Duffer Brothers open-ended. Not really, but
you can't compare. That's you can't compare that.
They left his ending it's not like he settled down in some random village. No, they left his ending as just he flew out of the prison because they themselves, I'm saying, bro, this show, they did not know what they were gonna do with it. They did not know what the reactions were gonna be. I'm telling you, Feige probably told fucking DDC. He told him, listen, just leave it to where we can use them if we want, and if it's trash, we're just gonna throw them out. Because that's what they did with half of their fucking characters that they used in Phase 5 and...
Yeah, in half of the Marvel shows, they're just a lot of these characters, they kind of build them up so they're they feel like they're going to be big presence in the MCU and we never see them again.
Yeah, Kate
Bishop, we haven't seen again.
Season 2 has gotten canceled, so we're probably never seeing her again.
I think she might play a small part in a Young Avengers thing they might do. But that's a major if because I think she's literally pregnant right now.
Oh, and Haley Steinfeld is pregnant.
And she's gonna be in a Young Avengers team. I think her as an actor, I think she's almost 30 or some shit.
No, she might be 28 actually.
Yeah, so I don't even know. And so it's that's just weird to me. And I don't know. It just feels I think maybe they were just trying to learn from their mistakes because obviously we're not gonna see characters like Echo again. We're not gonna see Ironheart again. Probably we're probably not gonna see Kate Bishop again. We're probably not gonna see a lot of these. We're never gonna see the Eternals again. So maybe they just thought these might be a character that they never see again. Let's not put too much effort into marketing this character to be the next thing in Marvel, and just if we want to bring him back, we can. But it's kind of annoying though because it's an actor this good. I don't know the actor's name for Simon. But, I think I saw it written, but it's I can't remember what it is. But he deserves to have a big role in the MCU.
Oh yeah,
because he's such a good actor.
It's I think I have it pulled up. Hold on. No, yeah, but the actor for Simon, I'm not gonna try and pronounce this because I will butcher it.
Yeah, it was something hard. I remember.
Yeah, but he does an amazing job.
Yahya Abdul Mateen II.
Yeah, something like that. If we did butcher that, sorry.
Yeah, but anyways, Yahya, whatever his name is, he's really good.
Yes, he was really good.
He's really good.
Bro.
I have that as one of my pros too.
I have that as one of my pros. You want to get in the pros?
Do you have anything left to say?
Yeah. No.
Okay. You can go first then, because I just gave 5 in a row.
Okay, bet. For my first pro... This one's small. I feel like the music was just really good.
I didn't even...
The music selection.
It might have been. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even pay attention.
No, like in the first episode, the music after he gets cut from American Horror Story, the music after they're like kind of like semi falling out with Trevor when he finds out Trevor's secret, that music was really good. Like all of the like I think they had a different song for the outro of every season, so it was really like I really liked
every episode.
Every episode.
Yeah.
Excuse me, but I really liked all of them.
I don't know. I mean, I would probably agree with you. I felt like it. Like I really didn't pay attention at all. What I will say though is the cinematography was really good.
The cinematography was
like there's one shot. I don't remember if it was in episode 1 or 2, where I think it was episode 1, where he learns about the Wonder Man audition from Trevor, and there's a shot where he's driving. And, like, the camera's, like, kind of, like, on the side of the car.
Yeah.
And
like,
he's, like, calling, like, I think it's, like, the casting director or something, pretending to be, what's her name? His agent?
Janelle.
He's pretending to be Janelle on the phone. He's driving. And, like, like, they held that shot for, like, a solid, like, minute and a half. I'm like, this is really fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, they had a bunch of moments like that where I'm like, this is really good cinematography.
Yeah. Like,
but, yeah, I'll give my first pro. Like, even midway into, like, episode 1, this show already separated itself as like one of, if not the best, not just opening episode of an MCU show, but it's because it kind of just doesn't feel like an MCU show at all, and that extends like the whole series.
Yeah,
where it's like,
other than the fact that like I think you see like obviously the DODC guys, you see like a few other like Marvel things throughout.
Yeah, like there was a Cloak and Dagger reference, there was a Roxxon reference there, which is cool, but like, in a way, this does just feel like, it doesn't feel like a Marvel show. It feels like a show that just happens to be in Marvel.
Yeah.
In a way. Like, there's almost zero action in this show, which fits.
Which, unironically, because of how bad recent Marvel has been, that was probably the best decision they could have done.
Exactly. Especially considering the fact that, like, Doomsday's probably going to have a shit ton of action, and Brand New Day might also have a shit ton of action.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a change of pace.
It's a change of pace. And I really liked it. Like, the big reason why this show is so good, and why it's probably the best MCU show that they've put out, is because it doesn't feel like an MCU show.
Here's my question though: do you think we ever get the Wonder Man movie?
A Wonder Man movie? Fuck no way.
The actual movie that they...
Oh, the actual movie that they made? No, what?
No, you don't think they will?
No, dude. You think you want to watch first off, you think you want to watch a whole movie without having Trevor as Barnaby? No way.
Yeah, true.
No way.
Hey, but Joe Pantolioni though. I don't even know if that's how you say it. Pantaleone or something?
I think he's a real person.
That's a real act. That's a real famous actor.
Yeah, is that his name or no?
Yeah, it's something like that. Here, I'll give him my next
name.
Since we already said it, bro, the Simon in this show was just so good. Yeah, like he was just so like the emotional scene, like bro.
I just like one of my pros here. I put, even after just watching the first 2 episodes, the actor for Simon stands out already among like all the MCU actors.
Yeah,
like,
Joe
Pantoliano. He's so good, bro.
No, yeah, but he was amazing in all of that. He's in The Matrix, Sopranos, Bad Boys.
Oh, Joe Pantolioni.
Yes,
that's a crazy name, by the way. Pantaleone.
It's Italian.
I mean, yeah, you would hope so, bro. With a name like that he's Italian. Imagine being like Greek with a last name like that, bro.
No, but yeah, Simon in this show, it was Williams, was his last name?
Simon Williams, yeah.
Simon Williams. This was, like, in terms of, for a lot of people, this is a new character. Most people, outside of just, like, people who are actually, like, tapped into Marvel and DC, have never heard of Wonder Man. Probably, like, ever. So
I'll say this, though, even if they have heard of Wonder Man, from everything I've heard, because I didn't know anything about Wonder Man going into it, but from what what I've heard, this isn't even Wonder Man from the comics. So this is basically
whole basically a new character.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's kind of like fresh air, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like, you're getting so many of these old characters, you're getting some characters back again and again and again.
Yeah, no one really knew what to like expect going into it.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I really liked, and bro, that role, like, the role of playing an actor, like, playing as an actor trying to get the act of a superhero, like, that's like a hard role to pull off. Like, that's not easy, especially with like the...
I feel like in a way it probably would be hard, but I feel like also in a way it probably feels easy.
But yeah, but most actors...
Because he's, like, in a way he is playing himself.
Is that what he's like, though?
I mean,
probably not.
Like okay, we agree the best episodes are like the first 3. A lot of the first 3 is just him living life as an actor for the most part.
Yeah.
So, like, in a way, he kind of is just playing himself.
Yeah, kind of. But I would say...
Which, like, you can make an argument for that being hard and for it being easy, so...
I think it's hard to do right, to try and like put an artificial version.
I think it just shows how good of an actor he is.
Yeah, I think he's amazing. Like, I genuinely think he's amazing. And that's why I really want to see him again.
Yeah.
There's another thing. Do you think we ever get... Because I found this out the other day on Twitter. In the comics, Wonder Man has a romance with Scarlet Witch.
Oh, yeah, you told me about this, yeah. I saw that, too.
Do you think we would ever see that?
I'll say no, but the reason why I say no is because I'm not sure we'll see Scarlett Johansson in like...
That's the wrong actor.
Or not Scarlett Johansson, yeah. I mean, Elizabeth Olsen. I'm not sure we'll see her again. And if we do see her, she might be in Doomsday, and I don't know if she's going to come back after Doomsday. Because she seems so tired of the MCU.
You don't think we're going to see like a more mutant-based Scarlet Witch?
No, unless they recast. Because, bro, the whole mutant saga post-Secret Wars is going to be at least 10 years long. I don't think they're going to be able to keep Elizabeth Olsen down for that long.
No, they're not going to. I think they'll definitely recast.
I think she might be recasted after Secret Wars.
I think they're gonna. No, because there's no way they do a whole mutant thing and they don't do something with the twins being Magneto's kids. There's no way they don't.
Well, but that's the thing, yeah. So that means you're definitely you're gonna have to recast.
Because Silver Surfer is like Magneto's like number 1 companion in like half of the comics we see him.
Well,
not Silver Surfer. Oh, what's his name?
Yeah, Quicksilver.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like, I don't know. I think they probably will recast.
Yeah.
They probably because that's the thing is like, if we do see it, it might be with the person they end up recasting with. But, like, are we going to see current Scarlet Witch with current Wonder Man? No way.
No
way. No way.
Not with everything they did with Vision. There's no way they do it.
Yeah. I'll move on to my next pro.
Mm-hmm.
And my next pro is pretty much just saying, like, Trevor and Simon together are amazing.
I have that one, too.
Their dynamic is so good. And I'll ask you this. Is there a better duo in the MCU? Better than Trevor and Simon?
This is unironically the best relationship, whether platonic or romantic, we've seen in the MCU. Like, I think the only one...
that's a big one. I don't know about that.
Like,
you don't think like Peter and Gamora?
That's the only one I would say is up there. Because I would not say.
Let me think though. Because you also said platonic and romantic.
Because here's my other ones there. Captain America, Winter Soldier. I don't think they're as good.
I don't think the dynamic is nearly as good. I'll give you that.
There's Iron Man with.
Do you think Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they had a whole show together?
I watched. It was a good dynamic. I still don't. I still don't think
it's at that level. Yeah,
I definitely prefer.
Like it's just so much more natural between them.
Yeah,
between Simon and Trevor.
Saying.
Is there a duo in the MCU? I feel like there's got to be at least one that like genuinely competes.
Like there's no Spider-Man one. There's no Iron Man one.
Because Spider-Man and MJ, that's not really. They were only together for like a movie and a half. Not even.
Rocket and Groot. Like.
Well, no.
Because Groot can't say anything.
Yeah, because Groot can't say anything, so not really.
So it literally is. I think
this might be the best duo in the MCU right now.
It's
or not even just right now, but I think
in general, like the only one that comes close is Peter and Gamora, and that's just because that Guardians trilogy is the best trilogy.
Yeah, it's one of the best trilogies, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like it's amazing. Like
yeah, but like I'm not gonna lie though, like they are very good. Fucking they have a really good dynamic, and like one of the like this is my next pro, but it's basically talking about the same thing. Is that there's a scene in episode 3 that I referenced earlier where Trevor is talking to Simon's mom about how he like grew up alone and how he didn't really have any friends before Trevor.
Mm-hmm.
And like I just think that's such a great scene because I feel like that scene alone, like just isolated alone by itself, that scene is like makes this show better than like at least half of the MCU like goy slop that's out there, bro. I swear. Like that scene alone was just so fucking good because it sets up everything that Trevor does after in the most perfect way.
Yeah.
Because you could tell not only does he relate to it because he obviously who wants to be his friend after he was the Mandarin, so he relates in terms of that way.
Bro, some people love the Mandarin. Like, hey, bro, chamoy, bro. Come on.
Oh my god, that shit pissed me off so bad. But but like. I just thought it was such a good scene because then right after is when he takes off the wire and stuff, and then he actively starts going against damage control, and that scene ends up being the catalyst as to why he ends up sacrificing himself and taking the fall for Simon, which I just thought it was so good. Like I just think them together is so good.
Yeah, they were the perfect duo. Bringing back the Mandarin was such a choice, and it worked off.
Well, it's not the first time they brought him back. They brought him back in Shang-Chi.
Yeah, they brought him back in Shang-Chi, but what role did he? He had like a semi-role.
Well, the role that he had was that Shang-Chi's dad was the real Mandarin, and he was mad about Trevor's portrayal as the Mandarin.
Yeah, but like, bro, fucking, he was way bigger of a role here. Like, this is by far the biggest role he's had in the MCU.
Yeah. No, Iron Man.
It was bigger than the Iron Man movie. Come on now.
What?
He had 3 actual scenes in the Iron Man movie.
I mean, I got
this is way bigger than the Iron Man movie.
Actually, yeah. Well, I agree.
Way bigger.
I agree. I don't think it was way bigger, but it was definitely bigger.
Wait, bro, I'm telling you, rewatch the Iron Man movie, you are misremembering. He had the tapes, and then I think there was actually 2 scenes of him physically being there. No, bro. Okay, this one's a smaller one. I feel like the young Simon scenes, especially with his dad, we
got like 2 of those.
Yeah, we got like 2 of those. There was the one where he's in the hospital, the doctor's office as well. I think that was. Yeah. I think the actor they did for young Simon, like he actually did unironically like really good for like a young actor.
Dude, I think I saw a TikTok comment from that young actor of Simon, and he was like, he said he was. I think he was talking about how he was like super fucking nervous because they casted him like 2 years before they shot it. I'm like, dude, how are you gonna cast a young actor who's playing a kid and make him wait 2 years to play that kid?
Because he still looked young. He was probably no older than like 13.
Yes, bro, but like, dude, a 13-year-old compared to an 11-year-old, like, is that even the same thing anymore? Like, I don't know.
No. But no, I will say he did really good. For like, especially for like,
he did good.
Like, bro, because a lot of times you get flashback scenes, like you complain about in the Percy Jackson show, where it's like the flashback scenes and the young actors were just kind of like not amazing.
Yeah, I feel like
this
in season 1 of Percy Jackson, I thought the kid actor for Percy was kind of bad. Because kid actor for Annabeth was worse in season 2.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And it's like, obviously no judgment to them. They're little kids.
Yeah,
like,
obviously.
They probably did a better job than I'd ever do in that situation.
Definitely.
But like, when you're like judging compared to other kid actors, like I think him as a flashback centric character, I think he did really good.
Yeah, that's true. I just think also like it's different circumstances because in like the kid actors for Wonder Man, like Simon pretty much, I think he was the only one. He wasn't really asked to do much. Like he didn't have that many lines.
No, he didn't have that many lines. But I'm saying like he pulled off that kind of awkward, like super nervous thing really well.
Like it is easier to do that when they're not asking as much as you.
Yeah,
I feel like we're talking about the Percy Jackson show. They asked a lot out of those kid actors.
Yeah, that's why
because they had a lot of lines. Like they talked a lot in their lines, and like they did more stuff in their flashback scenes, which made them open to more criticism.
I guess that makes more sense.
But you can go to the next one. Oh, it's my turn. Okay. Okay. I thought this is kind of a compliment to the writing, but the show just did such a good job of making me genuinely root for Simon.
Yeah.
Like I can't remember the last time I watched a Marvel project.
Like when we saw him at the end of the theater, I was actually like fucking like
I was happy,
bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that was the thing was that like I don't remember the last time I watched like a Marvel project, whether it was a show or a movie, where I genuinely root for the character as much as I rooted for Simon here.
Yeah.
And it, like I don't know, like the way he's so clearly like the most talented actor compared to everyone else in the show.
Yeah, the only one who comes close is the Mandarin actor.
Yeah, but like him constantly overthinking and getting in his own way is like such a compelling but like simple way to write his character. Because it's like
it's not like overly complex. It's not like you have to sit there and think like, oh, this action meant this.
You can clearly see like visually how he gets in his own way.
Yeah,
like him getting fired by in American Horror Story. That's his fault because he just wouldn't shut his mouth.
Yeah,
and like you see that, but you also see how much talent he has, and so it makes it so easy to root for him. And like Trevor is also just written as like the best compliment to Simon to like allow him to loosen up and stuff.
Experience, like older.
Yes. Like he's just written so well to be a compliment to Simon, and it just makes Simon just seem like such a like well-written character.
Yeah, I will say like it literally like from what we know of the characters of Wonder Man and Barnaby.
Yes.
Yeah, it literally is reminiscent of those two characters.
Yeah, it's just really good. Yeah. Like I thought the way they wrote Simon was like I have no complaints at all. And I was expecting to have complaints because I was like, okay, you're already going to get backlash for race swapping him. So I'm like,
I didn't mind it at all.
I didn't even think about it because I didn't even know that Wonder Man was white. I didn't know anything about Wonder Man, so I didn't really care. But like,
that's low key more of a blue check mark on Twitter.
Yeah, going into it, I was like, okay, they're already going to get flashbacks or not backlash for race swapping him. Are they going to make some weird character choice to try to justify it? Yeah. That was my worry. Was that like, are they going to do something out of their way that just isn't good writing to try to justify them? They didn't do anything like that. I have zero complaints with how they wrote this character. And it, like, in my opinion, it's one of the best written characters in the MCU already.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like especially current MCU, because since like since Gamora's been all but killed off, kind of.
Yeah, but even
though we've seen a living Gamora, she's been all but killed off. If we're being for real.
Yeah, true. But yeah, you give your next one.
Oh, this is just a kind of cool one. His powers are cool as fuck.
What are his powers?
They said it at the end, harnessing ionic energy.
Yeah, but what does that mean?
Ionic energy. You don't know what ions are?
Well, yeah, but like, what is like the extent of it though?
The extent is, bro. Like I told you this. Did I say it on, or was it before we got? Yeah, I think I said it on here. It's like molecule man. Like he can genuinely vibrate and like the frequency of molecules, shit like that. And it's like obviously I'm not a science dude at all, so this is kind of just showing
I'm if you aren't one, then I'm a fucking I can't say that, but I'm not that for sure.
So it's like I'm kind of going based off of my knowledge of other characters, but like what we've seen of him, like bro, him walking and just melting the camera without even looking at it, that shit was like,
even though I was kind of upset that we didn't get to see how we got to that point, it still was cool.
It was fire.
Yeah.
The flight did kind of surprise me.
That's what made me think, okay, since when could he do this?
Yeah, that surprised me.
That was kind of like, okay, dude. For a guy who's never used his powers ever, now all of a sudden he could just fly and burst a hole through like 7 different floors to get out of the building, by the way. Like, that was kind of crazy. Because that was what I remember my coach was like, what is the extent of it? If he could do that, because it's kind of implied like we don't really know how much time was between like Trevor getting captured and him going to like get him out. But like, it doesn't seem like it was that long.
It was at least no. It was at least enough for them to film the whole movie, release the movie.
Yeah, but like that could be in the span of like 8 months.
Yeah, they're not filming and releasing a whole movie in 8 months. Come on.
Okay, I guess maybe like a year max. But even then, a year where he has like prior to that basically almost never used his powers.
Yeah,
and he goes from that to being able to fly and do all the shit we see him do in like the last episode. That's my what is the extent of his powers?
Yeah, no. Like, what are the extent? And that's why I want to see more of him, because it's like we've seen MCU Scarlet Witch be some crazy powerful. Like, what if we get
like what if Wonder Man is that level? Like Wonder Man, like, because then it's like, okay.
Like I think that creates an interesting dynamic though. That's why I kind of want to see that romance. We probably won't see it with Elizabeth.
We definitely won't see it with Elizabeth Olsen, no way.
But I would want to see it,
especially because she just came off of a movie where she had like 2 separate love interests too.
Yeah, I would want to see it the Scarlet Witch post Secret Wars.
Yeah,
because I want to see closer relations, or I want to see more of a dynamic with Magneto as well.
Yeah,
Magneto. Bro,
do you think they'll do Magneto without Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch?
There's literally no way. They have to do at least Quicksilver. If they don't do Scarlet Witch, they have to do at least Quicksilver, because Quicksilver had no role in the MCU. He was in the one movie, he died.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is like, will they end up recasting him because they already did him, and they brought him back in the WandaVision show?
I think they have to redo him, bro. Because if you look at any,
I think they brought him back in the WandaVision show just to kill him off again.
Bro, here's my thing. Quicksilver is that is Magneto's boy, bro.
I get that, but we also have worries that like the MCU kind of tends to just do their own thing a little too much. That's why we're worried so much that we might not even get Reed vs. Doom and Doomsday.
Well, I think it was already confirmed that we're getting like almost none of it.
Well, that's the point, though. Is like, if that decision ends up being true, if that leak or whatever you want to say ends up being true, then like who's to say they're going to honor the fact to do Magneto with?
I did think they said it was going to be a Secret Wars thing, and that in Doomsday they're going to focus on Steve Rogers and Thor versus Doctor Doom. In Secret Wars, it's going to be more of a Reed versus Doom, because there was a leak that like actually in the comic, Doom takes Reed's wife and kids. So I think they're actually going to do that in the fucking Secret Wars movie. Then that's it. Yeah, we'll go into that at a different point in time.
Yeah.
Because I think the Doctor Doom trailer releases soon, doesn't it?
I think it's Super Bowl. When is the Super Bowl?
2nd week of February, 2nd Sunday. So not this Sunday, but the one after.
So I can actually check real quick what date that would be. So
yeah. So while you do that, I'm gonna go into my next
Sunday, right?
Yeah.
So it'd be February 15th.
No, it would not. It would be February 8th.
No, or would it be? Because would you count this?
No, that is the first Sunday of February. That is February 1st.
Okay, well, I don't know if that counted though, because it's the first. But okay, so then it'll be February 8th then.
Yes. Okay, so in my next one, the suit is so heat. I thought
it was okay.
I thought the glasses were cool as hell.
I thought, yeah, it kind of did annoy me when he was like being like annoying about the glasses. I'm like,
yes,
dude,
but
just wear the glasses.
That's true to his character, though.
Yeah, it is. That's
but true to his character.
That was also part of like
Wonder Man was his shit, bro. Like,
yeah,
bro,
sure.
Best believe if they cast me in a role that like I grew up on, best believe I'm gonna nitpick every single choice they tell me, bro.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, sure. But like, yeah, I thought, yeah, I agree. I think the suit was okay. Yeah. I just also think that like if we ever see him again, he won't be wearing that suit again.
My only thing with the suit is it reminded me a little too much of the Blade suit. That was the only thing. That was my only thing with the suit. But I still really liked it.
Yeah, I'll say it is a big deviation from the comics.
Yeah, because and in the movie they showed it in the fucking thing where it was green and red.
Yeah, sure.
And long sleeve like spandex.
Yeah.
Compared to they made that leather or something.
Yeah, it was like leather, which then again, I am kind of getting sick and tired of leather superhero suits. But I mean, we're starting to get less and less of that, so it's okay.
Bro, but like spandex, we're never seeing Marvel spandex, bro. I'm sorry. Actually, no, Sentry was spandex, wasn't it?
He wasn't spandex, but he wasn't leather either.
Yeah, I don't know what that material.
And they also kept like the colors, so it's fine.
Yeah, the Sentry suit was fire though.
The Sentry suit was pretty good, bro. God, bro. Like this is off topic, but I saw another guy today on TikTok advocating for White Eyes Batman. That's so bad. You know, because one of his arguments was Spider-Man. I'm like, dude, are you kidding me?
That's too completely.
That is not the same thing at all.
A skin tight mask.
And like another argument was like Deadpool. I'm like, bro, do you know how much Deadpool talks?
Yeah.
And like emotes with his body. I'm like, dude, you cannot compare that. I don't know. Anyway, that's off topic though. It's my turn, right? For pros? Yes. Okay, I'll get my next one. And like, okay, I talked earlier about how Trevor is such a good compliment to Simon. But like, even on his own, he's such a good character. Because like, despite being put in like a tight spot by damage control, and even when he's still actively working for damage control, he's still there for Simon every single time. And is able to help him realize like who he is like underneath the powers and all that stuff. And like, and then obviously he goes out of his way to protect like Simon from damage control.
The one speech at Von Kovac's house after Simon like storms out to the balcony or whatever it was.
Yeah, that was so good.
That was probably my favorite scene of the show.
Yeah, it was like this, but they have so many good scenes together, bro.
Yeah.
And like, obviously, then he goes out of his way to protect Simon from damage control with like actual good motivation, especially after like the whole scene with his like talking to his mom, and like he is genuinely remorseful when he tells Simon that like he had to spy on him, and he obviously ends up making up for it. And like, I think just his motivation, his arc, his dynamics with even like other characters outside of Simon. Like there was one line he had in the Chamoy episode, where they're like, I think like one of the, like it was like a rival gang or something. It was like, come out here or I'm gonna kill this kid. He's like, please do. That shit did make me laugh.
He was funny as hell.
He was funny. Like I just thought Trevor was such a good character, bro.
No, Trevor was the perfect like side. That's why I love that they brought the Mandarin back, dude.
Yeah,
because it's like that guy. Oh my god.
Yeah, he was just so good.
Also,
and
the amount he changes his voice for the Mandarin.
Yes, I was gonna say
like,
that.
Shit.
Yeah, no, he's like the way he changes for the Mandarin. It's like it's funny because it's like he's playing just a character, like because like we the audience know that, but like, bro, he does it so well that like I would imagine being someone like in universe being like, oh my god, he's back.
Yeah,
because like he does it really convincingly.
Like, dude, the guy who like nearly killed Iron Man, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nah, bro. But okay, this is my last one. This is my last one.
I still have a few more. So.
Okay, yeah, this is. So as much as I disliked like the kind of the reporter they used as a plot device to get to the ending, I loved the actual ending itself. Like of the Trevor and Simon scene where he's like, I was getting played all along, and then he goes and blows it up. And then I like how that relates to how the actual movie, how Simon, and like that's when Don Kovac comes up, and he like talks to him. He's like, or Von Kovac, no, Don Kovac is a soccer coach. No, Von Kovac is the director. No, he comes up. He's like, that betrayal you're feeling, let it flow out. This is the like I don't remember his exact line, but like this
is what Wonder Man is feeling.
Yeah, he's like, our life is the medium for the acting, whatever. Like our actual emotions are the medium for the roles we play. It like transferred so well, and then the actual scene in the movie theater. That ending, like I think that was good. That was really one of the best ways they could have ended that show. I like seeing like the after part where he actually goes to the DODC place, even though there was the kind of like how is he like this? Yeah. But it was. I like to think.
That's the thing. Like, yes, I'll criticize. How did we get there? But that part specifically was good.
This is kind of headcanon. I think when he got the resources, he reached out to... Because I do think they will end up doing the mutant thing, because I don't know how else they're going to... Which I kind of have mixed opinions on that, but I think when he got the resources, he reached out to Professor X or some shit, and they're going to have like a... With the resources...
I mean, if they end up retconning this to be after Secret Wars, then maybe.
Yeah.
But like, I just think, me personally, like I told you this before, I don't like that, like... Because people were saying, oh, we now officially have our third mutant in the MCU. Because we have Namor.
It's not guaranteed yet.
Not as it's just not guaranteed. It feels so lazy to me to call these guys mutants.
Yeah.
Because even with Namor, it was a stretch. Because it's like, dude, listen, these are not real mutants. These are just, they're calling them, they're just, kind of, hinting to them being mutants because they're too scared to actually introduce a proper mutant into the MCU. Which is why I really don't want Sadie Sink to be Jean Grey in Brand New Day, because I don't want that to be the first actual, real, official mutant.
I don't think we said that on here. There's rumors that she's going to be, what was it? Julia Gardner? Or Carpenter?
You said something about Julia Carpenter. I saw something that she was going to be like Scott Summers' daughter.
Yeah, so there's rumors that she's going to be either of those, with Julia Carpenter, or whatever the name is. Sorry. That's like a Spider-Woman variant, I think.
Yeah, she's had so many rumors of who she's going to be. I heard something, I told you that she was going to be Peter's roommate, but then how does that make sense that she's working with Punisher and then being targeted by DODC, and then somehow also knowing that Peter is Spider-Man? I don't know. I don't know.
There's going to be a lot. But
yeah, there's going to be a lot. I'm waiting for that trailer. I'm surprised they haven't put out that trailer yet.
I think it's supposed to come out this week or next. I
think it should. Because we got to be able to talk about that at this point, because it's ridiculous that we haven't been able to talk about it. No, but
I will say...
should we do a wish list for that movie after the trailer comes out? No, probably not.
Probably not. Justin's going to be here as well.
Yeah, okay, okay. We could talk... Okay.
We'll talk about that later. No, but yeah. I will say, seeing this project gives me so much more faith for that movie because of DDC. So it's like, bro...
Yeah. I'll go on to my next... pro, which is basically what you just said. That this project just made me so much more excited for Brand New Day. Because the thing is, DDC or Destin Daniel Cretton, he's shown that as a director, with this show, he's been able to give us strong, a character with strong emotions and a complex arc. And he shows that he can handle that.
Yeah.
Which is you need that for Spider-Man, especially this version of Spider-Man, post No Way Home.
Post No Way Home, where no one knows him.
Yeah, you need to be able to handle that emotional side of the character with a complex journey, complex arc, actual deep emotional story. But because of Spider-Man, you also need to be able to handle all the action and all the stuff that comes with it. And he's already shown he could handle that with Shang-Chi. Because and a lot of the humor in Shang-Chi is kind of similar to what you would kind of see in the Spider-Man movies. So if you combine his work between both of those movies, or the movie and the show,
his two projects,
the two projects he's had in the MCU so far, and you combine those two things, you already get a pretty good Spider-Man director. And then you add on top of the fact that some of the leaks we're seeing that Peter might get organic powers. He's gonna be fighting cool villains like the Hand, a bunch of ninjas and shit like that. On top of the cool ass suit, and you're gonna have the Punisher.
Yeah,
it's kind of harder and harder for me to think this movie's gonna be bad. My only worry is Sadie Sink's character right now.
Yeah, well, but I think they can do Jean Grey good. I just wouldn't want to see Jean Grey personally.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a personal thing. I don't want to see any telepaths until we see Professor X. Because we already got enough of that with Scarlet Witch, kinda, with Vision, kinda. I don't want to see any of that until we see Professor Xavier.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah. Do you have any more pros left or no?
No.
Okay, I'll give my next pro, which is technically this is a quote-unquote superhero project, right?
Yeah.
But I did like the fact that even though this is a superhero project, there wasn't really big bad. Like you said before, it was more of a man versus self thing.
Yeah, which I think it's actually I like that, because we have not gotten a lot of especially in superhero project, it's always good guy, bad guy. We haven't gotten
even when you get a project where there is kind of a man versus self thing, whether it's a hero doubting themselves or getting in their own way or whatever it is, a lot of the times I feel the writers end up not sticking to that, because at the end of the day you have to have the big bad, or you have to have...
Here's the best example of this. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 with Rocket.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where it's Rocket had an amazing arc in that movie, but there was still a big bad. Yeah. This is a different path from that. And even though Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I think, was my favorite of that trilogy.
I don't remember it too well, I'm gonna be honest.
I think it was
my... I have to rewatch it soon. I don't remember that.
I think it was my favorite of the trilogy, because it's the first one we see with Gamora.
Yeah.
As well. I really liked it. But... It's it's a breath of fresh air, and something that kind of deviates much from the typical formula that we see.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Movies.
That's what I like so much, is because there's no big bad, there's no forced twist villain, because that's what we see a lot of the times when you have a story like this, is that one of the characters that you end up falling in love with throughout the show or movie ends up just becoming a really forced twist villain. It's okay, then we have to do this. But there was none of that, and it's just a story about Simon's emotional journey. And I think that's so fucking good, because, I said this before and I'll say it again, not every superhero project needs big CGI battles at the end. Because that's part of the reason why so many people weren't as high on Shang-Chi, because even though it was a great movie, it was because it was such a good movie. But then at the end of it, you have a big CGI fight between two dragons, and it's why are we doing this instead of not a father-son emotional, vulnerable fight scene?
Yeah.
It's we don't need two big dragons.
Bro, I will say, Shang-Chi, if he ended that movie the same way that Ghost of Tsushima ended, like the game, which I don't think you've played it, but
no. Or I haven't played it, but like I've seen a playthrough.
The final fight of that game, it's like so emotional. You're sitting there watching it.
I'm saying they could have done a good thing with him and his father. Though I will say though, I'm not gonna blame that too much on DDC because I do feel like that was more of a studio thing.
That was definitely Feige. There's no way it wasn't.
Maybe not Feige, but it was more of a studio thing.
Yeah, for sure. Like because Marvel is obsessed with the
whole big, the spectacles. Like, you need the big CGI battle at the end. You need to have like a forced villain in there somewhere. And it's just
it's been like that ever since the first Avengers movie.
That's what I'm saying. It's like obviously, yes, these are our superhero movies. Most of the time, that is going to work narratively, at least.
Yes,
but there is a time and a place where it's like there is no big bad. There is no like the most antagonistic figure you could say was Cleary, and Cleary wasn't that much of an antagonist.
Cleary was
just a guy trying to do his job, and like he like we see him in the finale at like the beginning in like the first 20 minutes, and we never see him again because he ended up getting Trevor. So like it doesn't matter, and so it's like it was so good because I watched pretty much like the first like 6 episodes back to back, then I watched the 7th, and I was like, okay, this is really good, and I waited a bit before watching the 8th, and I was like, my big worry was, this show can be really fucking good, but they better not pull some shit out of their ass last second of like a twist villain or like a random big bad, because I wanted it to just be a story about Simon, and they ended up doing it. I'm like, I didn't think Marvel had the balls. Yeah. I thought for sure we were going to get like him fighting like a super big bad.
Like the only thing I really wanted from the show for an antagonist, we already said it, is I would have just preferred if they did more with Cleary as an individual character.
Yeah, but not as an antagonist though.
Not as an antagonist. Like make him
his character.
Yeah, make him a more compelling character to see on the screen. Make me feel something for him when he's on the screen.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because like I just think it's such a good arc, bro. I think it's so needed for superhero movies too, to just have like a man versus self arc without like a random B tier villain getting in the way of it.
Yeah, like I'd say the closest thing we've gotten to that, like other than the Guardian, was maybe the Superman when you realize his parents like didn't send him. Like
that's but then you still have Lex, you still have Ultraman, so it's not the same.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like we don't get good man versus self arcs. We don't get like really man versus nature arc. We really get just man versus man arcs. Which like I'm kind of listing those off because that's like the basic antagonistic structure in like literature.
Yeah.
But like, and I get man versus man. Like I get having a good guy versus a bad guy, or an anti-villain versus other or something, just like a neutral versus neutral. It's cool to see the fighting. It's cool to see two people, two entirely different perspectives.
But there's a time and a place.
There's a time and a place.
And that also goes into the whole like superhero fatigue thing that people talk about. And I saw like a good tweet about this, which like I really agree with, which was like, and the tweet one was like, there's no such thing as superhero fatigue. There's just a fatigue of bad stories. Yeah. Because a lot of these stories are kind of getting predictable and they're kind of just following the formula too tight and they're not leaving room for growth. So like a lot of it really is just give a generic origin, give like some semi-decent conflict, and then give like a big bad and a CGI battle at the end. 90% of superhero movies nowadays are like that. And so it's so much better when you get an actual good project where it's like, yeah, this guy has powers. And yeah, Trevor Slattery did play a main villain of an MCU movie before. But this is not that. Like, this is something that's completely different and like on its own. And I just thought it was really good.
Yeah. Is that your last one?
I have one more. But it's kind of a small one. In my opinion, this is the best MCU Disney Plus show by far. And like,
I know some people love the Loki show. Personally, I had some things I didn't like about the Loki show, but I could still admit that it's an objectively very good show.
This is so much better though.
WandaVision was similar. I just didn't like the Agatha thing they did. Like I was like kind of like, why is that there? Yeah. Because I get Agatha and Scarlet Witch.
I did hear that Agatha all along, like the show she got was pretty good, but I never watched it.
I haven't seen it either. I actually wanted to watch that recently. Just because I see that
I've heard it's pretty good, yeah.
I see that actress and I just think of her as a comedy actress. That's kind of my thing.
Yeah, a little bit.
But I understand why they did it because she's in the comics. But I was kind of like, why is she here? She wasn't built up at all throughout the show. Yeah. But yeah, I think Wonder Man just all around delivers on what it kind of set up for itself better than any other show.
Like I think
Loki season 2 is amazing, but Loki season 1 is kind of.
I think it's kind of the other way around. But anyways, my thing is like the thing with this show is that like the good parts are just so insanely good that like even with some of the cons I do have about the show, the good just outweighs the bad in a way that like other MCU shows like Loki, like WandaVision just don't.
Yeah.
Because like the problems that you have with Loki, the problems that you have with WandaVision are like big things that you're like, this could have been a 9.5 out of 10 if you didn't have these problems.
Yeah, you're like, this is a really good show, but compared to on Wonder Man, like,
with Wonder Man, it's like, this is a really good show, and yeah, there's maybe like the Thor-Man episode isn't great in my opinion. The Kathy Freeman thing was weird, but this is still 8.5 easily.
Yeah, like it's still easily an 8.5, and like, honestly, a lot of people would probably rate that higher.
A lot of people, but I saw people getting to say like a 9.5. I was like, listen, I have my issues with it, but I see why they would give it that, because the good is just so good.
Yeah,
the good is just really good. But
okay,
you want to go to the second segment? Okay. I have no idea what you're about to say.
He has no idea what he was about to say. This is going to be very much...
This is the first time I've closed my laptop while we're recording. I don't have anything pulled
You're going to be very much... It's going to be more you talking than me, and I'm going to kind of be interacting. Okay. So, while on this podcast, we've done it in previous episodes. Okay. We did a Mount Rushmore for superheroes. We did a Mount Rushmore for for comic book directors. There's one thing we haven't done yet, and that's villains.
Okay. For like Marvel and DC villains?
No, just what I have written down a few that I thought of.
Okay.
And so for anyone wondering that's listening, this isn't just the best, but this is in terms of like impact, overall popularity, all of this. This is a Mount Rushmore. This is like faces people are gonna know. So like if you have a villain from like a very specific like piece of literature, like the main villain from Dune, I forget his name. There was like 8. There was like 8.
Yeah,
but like
there isn't really a main villain.
Yeah, honestly, this is gonna be like a lot of different.
Okay, so when you say Mount, that means 4. I need to have 4.
There's 4, and
are we making the same one, or are we doing different ones?
I already have.
Okay, you already. Okay, so I just gotta make.
I have 4, and then I have a bunch of honorable mentions, and I want to hear what you have to say about your 4.
Okay, you want to say your or do I?
No. You say yours.
Okay. Let me think about this, because you're putting me on the spot, because you didn't tell me about this before. But okay. Here's one that's got to be on there for me is Palpatine.
I did not put him on. He's on the honorable mentions for me.
Palpatine has got to be on here. Number 1, he's the villain, even though I didn't like the sequels, and I'm sure we'll do an episode one day where I talk about the sequels.
As a Mount Rushmore, I put Darth Vader over Palpatine. On a Mount Rushmore. That's who I had there. I have one Star Wars character, and it's Darth Vader.
No.
I
love Vader, I love Anakin, but like as just a villain, I'm putting Palpatine over.
Yeah, you think?
Because here's the thing: is like let me explain why. One day we're gonna have an episode where I speak my mind on the sequels, but he ends up being the main villain of the sequels.
That's gonna be our longest.
That's gonna be our longest episode. That Maul Shadow Lord episode might be 2 hours, but anyways, he ends up being the main antagonist of the sequels. He obviously is the main antagonist of the original trilogy because of the Empire, and he orchestrates everything throughout the prequels. And in the Clone Wars, Clone Wars show, you really see how he's orchestrating everything. He's the head honcho of both sides of the war, and he's orchestrating everything so well. And his ambition really is just, yo, I'm evil as fuck, bro. Like he just wants power just to get it, which is like some characters that doesn't work, but like he's just evil, and sometimes you need a character who is just evil, bro.
Yeah.
And I think he's the best representation of that.
I think he's the best and probably most well-known one of that just anywhere.
Yeah. I think it's so good. I need to have Palpatine on there. My second one will probably be Joker.
Yeah, that was the lock for me.
Yeah, Joker's a lock. Number 1, because most popular villain of all time.
Who doesn't know Joker? Like genuinely, ask anyone. Bro, you can ask people in different countries. Like, bro, they know Joker. Like, especially with some of like the different types of writing we get with him, where we get his backstory. That's why Joker 2019 was so good, bro. Because it's like, this is the first time we're ever seeing just Joker. And even though they took a completely different direction, it was still such a good movie.
God, that movie was so good. It makes me so much more mad with that they ended up doing a Joker too. But Joker. First, I think it goes without saying, no one on the planet doesn't know who Joker is. He's the best foil to like a main character probably ever. Yeah. Other than like I can't. Really
there probably is like some really good foils from like.
Yeah, but like things. Joker, Batman. That's like if you
everyone knows.
If you want to describe, like, this actually happened to me today, where
like here's my thing. I have Lex Luthor to honorable mention because Lex Luthor's foil to Superman, it gets so far outshadowed by Joker and Batman. It's not even funny. Even though Lex Luthor by himself is a amazing villain.
He is an amazing villain. But I'll say this though, this actually happened to me today. One of my teachers said that like he was explaining what a foil was to someone because it was an English class, and he was like, the example he gave was Batman and Joker, and I'm like, oh shit, like Batman and Joker's that well known. It's like the first example you could think of.
And for anyone who doesn't know what a foil is, it is two characters who directly like contrast each other. It's like looking in a mirror and you're seeing just your opposite.
Yeah, pretty much. And it was just Joker's on there. So that's 2 out of 4. Now I gotta really
everything else on here is entirely debatable. And I will tell you, I have like 8 honorable mentions here that could all easily slip in.
Oh no, let me think.
There's one that you should definitely think of, and it has been a hot topic for us.
A hot topic for us? What has been a hot topic for us? Okay. I don't know if you'll agree with me on this one. I'm gonna say Reverse Flash.
I had him in the honorable mentions.
Okay. I'm gonna say Reverse Flash.
Reverse Flash. Okay, I personally had to like take out some bias here because I am a Flash fan. That is my favorite superhero.
Thing,
Reverse Flash is like, bro, he literally is just the reverse, bro. Like when you hear that line, it's like, I'm you, but reverse.
Actually, he might be a better foil than Joker.
He might be, but they're not more known. That's why Joker.
They're not more known, yes.
Yeah.
But I think
he's a better, just genuine foil. And I think, but I do think Joker is a better character in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah.
But Reverse Flash, bro,
there's a lot more you can take. That's Reverse Flash really is just, I hate you.
Yes, that really is just. Can't say that, but like, bro.
You thought I was say, I hate you, motherfucker, let's die, that guy? Yes.
No, but like, dude.
He is that guy, bro.
Yeah. But like, that is fucking, like, Reverse Flash is up there for me. He's an honorable mention because there's 2 that I think get in ahead of him, in my personal opinion. Because maybe it does more as a villain, but in terms of as a character on top of face and notoriety, do you want me to give you a hint for this one? It's in an upcoming movie.
Does Doctor Doom make it?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Does Doctor
Doom is, I think he's the most published villain ever behind Joker, I think.
Oh god, okay, wait, no, I think, now that I think about it, he might get in above Reverse Flash.
No, that's why I have Reverse Flash as an honorable mention.
Yeah, no, I think I would put Doom above Reverse Flash, now that I think about it, yeah.
Because oh my days, Doctor Doom is fire. Doctor Doom
he's one of the most well-written villains ever.
Yeah, Doctor Doom has more lore than any villain in Marvel or DC. Like, dude, the whole backstory with his mom, his dad, Latveria, Mephisto, and that kind of goes with his mom.
And obviously everything with Reed and the
Fantastic Four, his different team ups with other villains, his intelligence, his magic. I think he becomes a sorcerer supreme in one universe.
All the times when he ends up becoming like a big bad through like a comic line, whether it's like Secret Wars or whatever.
Yeah,
it is,
bro,
he always ends up doing some fuck shit.
He ends up becoming a sorcerer supreme at one point.
Yeah,
Infinity Stones, like the scene of him ripping Thanos' fucking scalp off.
Yeah, you convinced me. It's Doom. So okay, my theory right now is Palpatine, Joker, Doom.
Those are the 3. No, I have Darth Vader swap for Palpatine, but yeah, those 2 are kind of interchangeable for me. One of those 2 has to be on the Mount Rushmore, though. I do agree with that.
Who's my 4th? Okay.
There's a lot of names you could put. There's a lot. I will say I put a Marvel character, but there are a few DC ones that could sneak in.
I'm trying to think. Like outside the box and really. Oh god. Okay, who would get in at my 4th? I have Palpatine, Joker, Doom.
Do you want me to list my honorable mentions?
Sure.
Okay, so for my first honorable mention, I put Megatron.
Nah, not for me.
No, Megatron is a really good villain, and it's same like kind of the concept of just like.
I think he's a good villain. I'm just thinking of like who would be on the level that these 3 are on.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why he's an honorable mention because he's not on that level, but he is still a 10 out of 10 villain. He's just not a 10 out of 10 villain. Yeah. He's not an 11 out of 10 like everyone else.
It's been a very long time since I see those Transformers movies, so I'll be honest.
Doomsday, Darkseid.
Okay.
Both honorable mentions. Reverse Flash. I have Brainiac as an honorable mention. And this is when I was like writing this one up, I'm kind of blanking. I think there's one more I'm forgetting. I went on Reddit and I found out a lot of people really like Green Goblin for some reason. A lot of people put Green Goblin up there, which I don't even think Green Goblin is the premier Spider-Man villain.
Yeah, it's kind of debatable. You could put him, you could put Doc Ock, you can put Venom in a way, I guess.
I would say Doc Ock's the premier Spider-Man villain. Yeah. But that's all my honorable mentions. And here's my thing. Of my honorable mentions, Lex Luthor is definitely up there. I just don't think he gets ahead of Joker or Doctor Doom or Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Megatron is a really good villain. The writing with him and Optimus is crazy, especially if you get into some of the comics and the lore there. Really good. Doomsday, kind of just up there for like his impact because he ends
up killing Superman. Yes.
Yeah, he's not as deep of a character. Darkseid is also similar to Palpatine in a way, where he's just evil for the fun of it, basically.
But he's not nearly as good as Palpatine.
He's not nearly as good as Palpatine. That's why I put. Reverse Flash, Brainiac is also. I think Brainiac's a cool concept where he just collects.
But Brainiac, I feel like Brainiac is better as a concept than he is in a lot of adaptations.
Yeah,
I feel like in a lot of adaptations,
there's a few comic lines where he's like that though.
Yeah, but okay, like I'll give you an example. there's 2 separate video game adaptations where he's just dog shit.
Yeah,
Suicide Squad killed the Justice League, and Injustice. He's terrible in both.
Yeah.
So I think that just hurts him a lot.
But Brainiac, when Brainiac is done right, Brainiac is up there. Like let's not.
I'll say this though. I'm thinking of one right now. It's from the MCU. I'm thinking though
from the MCU. Are you doing Ultron?
No, I'm thinking, does Thanos get up there because of the MCU?
Thanos.
Who is this car blowing up to us, by the way? Oh my god, it's a cop. You're kidding me. For the weird cuts. Anyone who has actually watched our episodes know that we kind of record in this parking lot of this abandoned building. And we didn't know that supposedly the parking lot was also private property.
Well, because we thought the building was boarded up, so we figured, and the parking lot was near a neighborhood, so we're yeah, we see people parked in here all the time, walking their dogs. It's fine.
It's always pretty much empty.
And if you watch our first episode, people do go there.
Yeah, and so it's but basically what happened was that there was a fucking cop who showed up, and he was like, what the fuck are you guys doing here? Da, 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 trying to be all fucking weird about it. And we were just yo, we're just recording for a fucking superhero podcast. We're not doing anything. Because, it's even though it's only 7 p.m. where we are, it's still super dark.
Yeah.
And, bro, he took our IDs,
our phone numbers,
the license plate of Logan's car.
He's sitting here. He's he
brought in another cop car to come here, bro. It was ridiculous.
He's sitting here. He's since you're trespassing, I could arrest you both right now.
Yeah, because he tried making the point that
he said it was a derelict property. I'm dude, he was it was clearly derelict. I'm dude, I didn't even know there was a sign.
Yeah, literally. And then when I told him we see mad people coming by here walking their dogs, he's oh, well, those are residents. I'm what does that matter? But anyways, back to what we were talking about. We were talking about the villain Mount Rushmore.
So you were talking about Thanos. So
yeah, because the 3 I have right now, Joker, Palpatine, Doom, and I'm thinking, does Thanos get in there because of the Infinity Saga in the MCU?
Maybe. Because my only thing is the comics before that bring him down. Because
he's never been great in the comics before that.
Literally his best interaction was with Deadpool and Death before that.
Yes. That's the thing is that they made him so good in the MCU. Is does the MCU alone get him into fiction? Not just Marvel, but the entirety of fiction Mount Rushmore villains.
I think there's one Marvel that you're forgetting that I think is better.
Better. Well, let me think about it.
I think as a character is better than Thanos. We haven't seen a very good. We haven't seen it. We've seen a kind of good live action adaptation of him, but I think there's room for improvement there.
Marvel. Mm-hmm. And he's been in the MCU.
Not in the MCU.
Not in the MCU. So Magneto then.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I think Magneto is a better character than Thanos.
Yes, I agree with that. Does he make it?
I think Magneto is the premier X-Man. I think in X-Men 97, Magneto's other than the weird thing with Rogue. But bro, the Magneto speeches, literally only Optimus Prime hits more. I'm sorry. The one from 97 where he's sycophant, ingrate, that one was nice, bro.
Really I'm thinking, does he? I think he does.
I think
the thing is okay, I've said this before. I don't know if I've said this on the podcast before. I actually haven't watched too much X-Men media.
Yeah.
And I've seen enough to know that Magneto is like that. The thing is that I'm thinking, for me, does he get up there even though I've basically seen almost nothing of him? But I can't really think of anyone who would get in there above him. What other villains are there in the kind of things that we cover that would get in there above Magneto?
That's what I'm thinking.
Or would be in contention.
In terms of writing, there's no, because here's the thing, for the reason comic book characters are often going to be leading these, especially in terms of writing, is because if you're looking at a game or let me
throw a wild dart on the board. Luke Castellan.
No, he's not even the villain. Kronos is the villain.
Yeah, true. I guess you could make that.
He's not even the villain.
But you could make that same argument for Anakin and Palpatine.
No, because Anakin actually becomes Darth Vader.
Yeah, Luke does become evil.
No, that was Kronos. It's entirely Kronos manipulating him. It's Kronos working through his body.
It's okay. Not all of it is Kronos working through his body. Number one.
Yes, it's manipulation. Yes, he was evil. He was a villain, but he's not he's not a villain, bro. He literally.
He commits atrocities, does he not? Luke does genuinely evil stuff.
Almost all of that is from the manipulation of Kronos. He literally.
Can you not make that same argument for Darth Vader and Palpatine though?
Not until after he becomes Darth Vader. Like, you can say, like, maybe his actions as Anakin when he, like, killed the kids and shit. But after he becomes Darth Vader, he's his own thing at that point.
No, everything he does is because the Emperor tells him to.
Yeah, the Emperor tells him to, but he's still, like, he still fought back against the Emperor. Like, bro.
Yeah, and every time he fought back against the Emperor put him back in his place. Does Kronos not do the exact same thing?
No, because Kronos is actually, like, literally has an effect on Luke's mind. Like, Palpatine is just manipulating. Kronos literally is using godly or titanly powers on Luke's mind.
Well, okay. I'll give you this. There's no mind control between Palpatine and Vader, but there are a lot of other things.
There's manipulation, yes.
But there's more than just manipulation, though. There are things that he does to Vader to make sure Vader never steps out of line.
Yeah.
His suit being a big one. The fact that he isolated him from everyone. The fact
that's manipulation as well, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but like most of what Kronos, it's very similar. You like,
it's similar, but it's different in the way it's gone about. That's why, like, Luke is a lot less of a villain than Anakin is. A lot less.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm just thinking. I don't know.
I would say here's my one that I was like, I don't know if it gets up here or not. Voldemort.
No, Voldemort to me is not good. The thing with Voldemort is that, number one, he's stupid.
He is stupid.
And number one, he really is just like pathetic in a way that isn't good.
Yeah.
To me, at least because I never read the books. I've only seen the movies.
I read
I watched the movies like in like middle school.
I read all the books. Voldemort is a very iconic villain, but I do think he's overrated.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I don't think Voldemort gets in there. But I don't know. I think
Magneto. But I think my four that I've written down. Obviously, we have one difference on yours. I have Vader, Joker, Doom, Magneto. You have Palpatine instead of Vader.
Yeah, I have Palpatine, Doom, Joker, and maybe Magneto. I'm trying to think because. There's got to be names we're missing, bro.
There definitely is names
we're missing. There's got to be names we're missing.
But, like, I don't know if there's anything that gets...
Like, okay, let's go through Marvel. What
like
have been... Ultron was not... like
Ultron's not on the level of, I think, anyone we've mentioned.
No,
like,
Ultron is not on that level. Like, if we're talking about MCU, Ultron, definitely not. Comics Ultron, maybe, but I've read nothing to do.
Like, unless you say, like...
I haven't seen or read almost anything to do.
Bro, but, like...
The Void and Thunderbolts, he's not up there, man. No way.
Like,
because that's not even a being. That's just like an alternate personality.
I think the best Spider-Man villain we've gotten in the MCU is Green Goblin.
Yeah. Oh, is Goblin?
I think
is Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin good enough to get in there?
In the top 4, no.
Because here's the thing: you add Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin on top of all the really good animated Green Goblins I got. Like in the Spectacular Spider-Man, he was really good.
But I don't think that's better than Magneto.
In Friendly Neighborhood, Spider-Man he is really good too. But
you're right. I don't Magneto.
But like on top of everything he does in the comics,
Magneto's significantly better in the comics. Yeah. Because Magneto is just one of the best written characters in Marvel Comics. Period.
Yeah.
Magneto's. I would say
okay, I'll say Magneto's in my like. I'm just thinking about honorable mentions now because I think Magneto's in there.
Yeah,
but I think you gotta put Green Goblin in honorable mentions because everything he does in the comics.
Here's my thing.
He's so well written in almost every animated show he's in.
This would never be in my top 4. CW Savitar.
No. If you're gonna like Reverse Flash is still the best villain of that series.
Yeah, no, it's
whether it's Eobard Thawne or Harrison Wells.
Yeah, it's the best Flash villain. First, Reverse Flash is. But actually,
I'll say this though.
Now that
when I was watching it, Zoom was up there.
Zoom was nice there.
Zoom was up there.
And I like how they turned him into the Black Flash as well.
Yes.
Zoom was nice. But I will say, now that we've done a heroes and villains one, you know what we noticed? There's been 3 DC characters on the heroes and 3 Marvel characters on the villains.
Does Marvel have better villains than DC?
Or actually, no, I'm lying. There's 2 Marvel characters and there's 1 Star Wars.
Yeah, true. But
I think Marvel has better top villains, but I think in terms of DC has more.
DC just has more.
Because, bro, let's look at our honorable mentions.
I'm gonna be honest. I think DC comics are just better in my opinion.
No, they're definitely better. Oh my God. That's the reason Marvel was dying out because X-Men and Spider-Man were dragging Marvel by the balls until the Iron Man 1 came out.
Yeah, and then the MCU just revived everything.
So we have 9 honorable mentions. Of those 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are DC.
Give me the honorable mentions again so I can think of someone we're missing.
Megatron, Lex Luthor, Doomsday, Darkseid, Green Goblin.
I don't think I'd put Doomsday as honorable mention, man. Yeah. I don't think I'd put Doomsday
as an honorable mention. I have him up here just because a lot of people like him. But like I personally don't think he's that great.
I don't think he's a good. He's literally just a mindless brute who ends up killing Superman.
Yeah, no, if you look at his
Doomsday
backstory,
is really just an extension of Lex.
If you look at his backstory, where he was this experiment and all of this, where they're like on a planet to see to make something that can adapt to anything.
It's not, but he's not like a living being. He doesn't really think. He doesn't talk. He doesn't really do much.
He cool.
No, he's kind of like the equivalent of like Ultron is better than him.
Yeah, Ultron is probably better. Yeah, okay, Darkseid.
Darkseid is up there, yes.
Green Goblin, Reverse Flash, Brainiac, and
there.
then Palpatine / Darth Vader.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. There might be a Star Wars villain I'm missing.
I don't think Maul gets up there.
I don't think Maul gets up there, but I'm thinking...
And Maul is, I think, third after the two that we listed. Unless you want to go...
Who would be the third best villain of Star Wars then?
I think it's Maul.
No.
If we're going over all of
No, it's Thrawn. No, it's Thrawn.
Thrawn?
Yes, it's Thrawn. Unless...
No,
it probably is Thrawn. Yeah, it's probably Thrawn.
You're going to have to remind me. Thrawn is
he's the main villain of the Ahsoka show. He's in Rebels. He's the blue alien with red eyes.
Yes.
It's probably Thrawn.
Boba Fett. No, he's an anti-villain.
No, because Grievous is kind of mid in my opinion. I've never really liked Grievous that much.
Grievous is and Battlefront 2 Grievous has...
God, I fucking hate Battlefront 2 Grievous. Oh my god, don't get me started.
He's committed war crimes. That's the least we're gonna say.
God, bro, no, Battlefront 2 Grievous. That fucking crawl when you got someone on 1 HP, one last hit of your lightsaber, and this motherfucker gets on all fucking 5 of his little mechanical limbs and starts crawling like a rat. Oh my god, that bro. That is not happy memories. But no, the third best is probably Thrawn. Honorable mentions. Who else are we missing? There's got to be more people we're missing, bro.
Probably more from Marvel. I'm just trying to think. Like,
what villains have we gotten in the MCU like stand out?
MCU? Well, we've already listed all the main MCU ones. Like fucking Mandarin, I guess. Or actually, Red Skull. Oh, he doesn't get. He's an honorable mention. I don't think he gets up here though.
Is Red Skull like that though?
In the old comics, he was. Here's one that I have. No, he's not really that good. Let's see. X-Men villains. There really isn't. There's Mr. Sinister. But the X-Men villains, like, half the time, the government.
Yeah.
Is the IRS the main villain?
Dude, the IRS is a bigger villain than any of the fucking people we mentioned, bro. But I'll give you this, though. Some people don't classify him as a villain. Dr. Manhattan.
He's not a villain. He's really, like...
But is he, though?
He's not a villain. He's not a hero. He's kind of just there. Like, he's a villain in, like, a few storylines. Yeah. But he's as much of a villain as, like, the Watcher's a villain.
I'll say this, though. I fucking hate evil Superman. Like, that man would never...
We've both said this. Yeah. I don't mind Bizarro. I hate
even Bizarro isn't really evil.
Yeah, I hate Red Kryptonite Superman. I hate Injustice Superman. Yeah. I hate the one show where Joker kills, what's her name?
Lois.
That's
not a show. That's just Injustice.
No. There was like the animated show where she kills Lois while Lois is pregnant.
Yeah, that's Injustice.
Is that? Oh shit.
That is Injustice. Oh, you're thinking of the animated Injustice movie.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking of then. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. No, Evil Superman. I always hated it.
Are we missing more from DC though? Because we've thought about basically all the Marvel ones.
I mean, let's go off the main characters. I mean, for Cheetah, or like Wonder Woman has Cheetah. Batman has a few, but none of them are Joker level though. Like Mr. Freeze, I say was second.
Mr. Freeze is not second, man. I'm putting Ra's al Ghul there. What?
Or Bane. Low-key. Bane.
Ra's al Ghul, Bane, get up there before him. I love Mr. Freeze.
Is it Dr. Freeze? Am I sure?
It's Mr. Freeze.
Okay.
It's Mr. Freeze. And I've advocated a lot for wanting Mr. Freeze to be in a live action Batman movie because like it's about time to get a good adaptation of him. But I'll say this: he is not.
It's Ra's al Ghul or Bane or something.
It's Ra's al Ghul.
But I don't think either of them even get honorable mentions. I'm gonna be honest. Like I don't think.
I'm gonna say this: Deathstroke in the animated Teen Titans show.
Ooh, that show did so much for him.
Yes,
that show did so much for him.
That's some ball knowledge. I would like some respect for that.
That one might drag
What else
him
are
up.
we missing?
I mean, if we were to include like anime, I could definitely list a few, but I don't think any of them.
Nah, anime we can't include, bro. Because anime, then you're gonna get into like so much shit people just don't know.
Yeah.
And like I know nothing about anime personally, but
who else we got to go by like members of the Justice League. So like Aquaman has what's his name? Black Manta.
I think so, but no, the main villain there is most of the time like his dad, his brother.
No, it's his brother and hires Black Manta a lot. Mantis, Black Manta. Something like that.
Black Manta, I think so. Yeah, but Aquaman doesn't.
Martian Manhunter. Who does he even have?
Martian Manhunter, like I said before, he doesn't really have a rogues gallery. He's just kind of like a Justice League character, which is why I wanted him to be the lead of the Justice League movie. Black Bolt.
No. Or no, who's the one that Dwayne The Rock played?
Black Adam?
No.
Number one, that movie did so much damage for him. And number 2, Black Adam has never really been a villain. He's always been more of an anti-hero.
Yeah. I mean, I think thinking of Marvel ones is easier. So Spider-Man villains, I think really it is just Green Goblin.
It is just Green Goblin. Because he has other good ones. Like, Doc Ock is good. I'll say this, Doc Ock and PS4 Spider-Man 2018.
Yeah, the whole Sinister Six could have an argument for being an honorable mention.
Probably.
Not the whole
Vulture, Electro's
okay, maybe not Vulture. Maybe not Vulture or Scorpion.
You're putting Rhino? No way.
I guess. I was really thinking more of what's his name? God dang it, I keep blanking. The one in Spider-Man 2. Not from Spider-Man 2, but what's
There's no Miss.
the one Jake Gyllenhaal played?
Mysterio.
No. The movie was horrible. The movie didn't do him amazing.
The movie didn't do him amazing. In the Insomniac games, he's not the best.
I think in the comics he's pretty good though.
Man, the comics he's okay from what I know, but I'm trying to think. No, like I'm thinking Justice League, Batman.
We already listed
Batman. Does Ra's al Ghul get up there? I don't think so.
As an honorable mention,
maybe, but okay, probably not him. Superman.
It's
Lex
really,
Luthor.
It's like Lex Luthor than Brainiac.
Maybe, I don't know. Man of Tomorrow might help Brainiac get up there.
If Man of Tomorrow is really good, I think Brainiac definitely.
Yeah, because the thing is, he has 2 games where he's terrible, and he kind of has like a pointless kind of role in the Krypton show.
Yeah.
And we haven't really seen too many adaptations of him.
Yeah. So, Brainiac, we're going to put a little question mark next to his name.
Yeah, Brainiac maybe.
Who else does Superman even have? I mean, that's not just a Justice League villain. Because Doomsday, Darkseid are both Justice League villains.
Yeah, not really.
Wonder Woman just has... Like, Cheetah's her main villain.
I mean, you can make arguments for, like, Giganta, Ares.
Oh, well, yeah.
But like,
Ares,
they don't get up there.
Ares was more just the movie, though.
Yeah, but neither of them really get up there anyways.
Yeah.
What other Justice League are we missing?
Flash, it's Gorilla Grodd would be, or like Captain Cold.
No,
like,
they don't get up there. But if Mr. Freeze doesn't get up there, Captain Cold doesn't get up there.
Sinestro.
Ooh, Parallax? No,
not Parallax. Sinestro's definitely better than Parallax.
Sinestro, yeah, Sinestro.
That's an honorable mention at least.
That is, I think that is an honorable mention.
Sinestro's tough,
because
dude.
he has Sinestro. He has what's the Red Lantern?
Atrocitus,
Parallax. Those are kind of his main 3.
Yeah. Sinestro.
Yeah, I think Sinestro
probably
gets up there. Yeah. I think we kind of hit them all, bro. I'm gonna be honest, especially from like Marvel, DC. We're probably missing a few from like other like.
From like
does like Conquest got up there or Thrag?
No,
Conquest no. Omni-Man
no. Omni-Man would be like Homelander maybe.
I have my personal bias against the boys. You already know this.
We need Justin's opinion.
We do need Justin's opinion. Would Homelander get on it? I don't think so.
He's not. Maybe it's like the last honorable mention.
Yeah, I don't know. I know like people like how well written he is. I just think it's dragged on. How has he stayed alive for 5 seasons?
Because you can't kill him.
I mean, I guess, but like, dude, come on, like, what are we doing? I don't know. I just don't. I don't like the boys.
Nah, bro. Really have you seen all the stuff that were like, who's most like their character on the show? And they all say Anthony Starr.
That's not worrying at all. I would say this though. I've seen a lot of fan casts for him for Reverse Flash, and I think he fits the look.
He fits the look. I don't know if I'd see him in that role specifically though.
I don't know. Maybe not. I think he could obviously do the villain role. We know that, but you could get the level
Reverse Flash,
like the level of hatred and pettiness that Reverse. Because I don't even think the CW did the Reverse Flash right.
No,
they didn't get the pettiness and the actual pure hatred of like it was me, man. Like they didn't get that.
Yeah, they gave us like a. Like
they gave it like like he was manipulative.
No, like okay. Here's my thing. That performance, he
was not like that. I'm going to like make you like choke on water to like fucking like
that performance. Here's my thing with that Reverse Flash. As just a general performance and how it was on the show, that was like a 9 out of 10 performance. Like it carried a lot of that show. But as a Reverse Flash performance, it was like a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I just didn't like how much they did Harrison Wells.
Yeah,
like we never got like an Eobard Dawn face until like season 5.
Like that's when it was downhill though.
Yeah,
I stopped watching around then. Yeah. I watched the last season I watched was the first season Nora was in. That was
Nora. Oh yeah, Nora. Fuck, I forgot about.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. So our the 4 we decided on are
Mount Rushmore of villains.
Darth Vader / Palpatine, whichever. Those are 2 are interchangeable for me. I think they're both.
I have Palpatine. You have Vader.
Yeah. Joker, Doctor Doom, Magneto, and then for honorable mentions we have Megatron, Lex Luthor, Doomsday, Darkseid, Green Goblin, Reverse Flash, Brainiac, Palpatine, Sinestro. If we had more time, we could probably order those, but like, all you need to know is the top 4/5, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's all for today.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We have thankfully reached an hour and a half. We were kind of worried we wouldn't reach an hour and a half because we got interrupted by a literal police officer. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Hopefully this is an episode that gets more than like 5 views, so that would be pretty nice.
Hey, but we have one with 13, I think.
Do we have
on Spotify? I think.
Oh, on Spotify? Really? Damn, I didn't know. Okay, we got most on Spotify, I guess. But if you're listening,
half of them are Justin, but it's okay.
Okay, no, Justin did not view it that many times. Anyways, though, next week we will be doing Fallout Season 2 with our friend Justin, because he's a big Fallout fan. I don't know what we're gonna end doing for a secondary segment, but we will be doing Fallout Season 2.
I will say I've been playing Fallout 4 recently, and it is fire. It is very fire.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never played it, but yeah, we're gonna be doing that next week. And if we hopefully do get some interaction on this, maybe some feedback on what you guys want to see, we do have stuff planned for like the next few weeks. I think it's like the next month and a half. We have like decently planned out. But there are things that we could move around if you guys want to see something. Again, that would require interaction, so hopefully we get that on this episode. Fingers crossed. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. Like, subscribe, all the boring stuff that you have to do to help support the channel. But yeah, goodbye. We'll see you next week.